In 2010, the UNDP Country Office get a request from the government of Armenia to conduct a so-called capacity assessment for DRR system in Armenia, with the support of BCPR, actually, Bureau for Crisis Prevention and Recovery, CADRI, and Armenia Country Office. We conducted so-called SAFE assessment, where the Ministry of Emergency Situations were involved with its 5 organizations, 5 departments, and it was actually the first time when the Hyogo Framework for Action and the 5 priority directions were used as a tool for capacity assessment. And one of the main recommendations was actually development of DRR national platform in the country. And all stakeholders actually were involved in the development process. It was fully participatory process with involvement governmental, non-governmental structures, NGOs, professional scientists, and during a very short period of time, actually it takes something about 9 months, we get the approval of the government to establish the DRR national platform in Armenia. It was December of 2010. It takes about 1 year, 2 years, sorry, 2 years to get the approval of the government. And this year, in March, the government approved the DRR national strategy with this action plan. As I mentioned before, DRR is a new challenge, and it is always difficult to explain people why we need this. And we had very interesting situations, not only during the establishment of national platform, but also conducting other works. For example, we had a very interesting discussions with the representatives of rescue service, of other institutions. They were mentioning that, you know, we have common structure for emergency response and recovery, so we don't need the DRR national platform. But at the same time, we conducted some assessments on existing national platform all over the world to see what kind of structure they have, what work they are doing. And we tried to solve this problem with involvement of these people who were against to establish the platform in the process. And now I can say for sure that they are proud with the work and, done by them. And they are responsible, and they feel the ownership to make the national platform functional. We have thematic groups where usually we present several issues, problems which need to find a solution. It can be just requested by any agency, by any institution, that we need this document to be developed and to mainstream DRR into this development. For example, at this stage we are working on integration of disaster risk reduction into school curriculums. And this was a request from the UNICEF of Armenia and the Crisis Management State Academy. We established a thematic group. We involved some professionals from different fields to see how we can develop this material and how we can present it to the Ministry of Education for approval. The same we are doing in a gender context, in a climate risk management context, in a local level. So we have several thematic groups. We decided to conduct training especially for DRR regional representatives. And I can give you a brilliant case when it was actually a 4-day training. And when we started the training, these representatives just mentioned that, you know, we know what we have to do in a regional level, in the communities. The only thing we need, just money. Give us the money and don't tell us what to do. We know very well. We said, okay, no problem. Let's discuss it after the trainings, yeah? And on the 4th day, when we just starting to discuss what they gain from the training, what is the most important information they are going, how they are going to implement this strategy in their regions, etc. They said, you know, we changed our mind. We don't need money. The only thing we need, information, education, and materials. How to integrate, how to mainstream DRR into community development. And they asked us to establish, actually this training became a basis for establishment of regional disaster risk reduction teams. And they just asked us to send official requests to the Ministry of Territorial Administration to get their approval, that's all. We developed the strategy in Armenia based on the Hyogo priority directions. And we used actually 3 main documents. First one was Sustainable Development document in Armenia. The second one is National Safety, and the third one is Hyogo Framework for Action. And the action plan we developed again will be ended actually with the Hyogo Framework for Action in 2015. But on the other hand, this is the HFA helped us to start the process. And now the DRR is a priority directions for one of the priority directions for the government of Armenia. Even more, they are ready to make their own contribution for further development of DRR. And in this case, I think HFA has already served as a good basis to start mainstreaming DRR. But it will be, of course, much better if it continues.